Hey everyone, welcome back to Engines and Unfinished Business. Today we are back in the garage working on CeCe. Now I've got a lot of big plans for this bike way out in the future, but for now I just want to spend the summer months riding her and enjoying her, and to do that I need to fix this seat. So as you can see, the seat is really cracked and worn, it doesn't hold its shape at all, and worse still, it's no longer waterproof, so whenever I ride I get a really wet bum, which is no fun at all. So the plan is to recover it, but do it as cheap as possible. So first up, got to take the seat off. Now supposedly, I should just be able to lift it up and pull it forward, according to the manual, but I cannot for the life of me make that work, so instead there are 3 bolts under here I'm going to undo and remove it that way. Being a Japanese bike, of course the bolts are 10mm. So now I've got the seat off, just need to unpick all these staples from the old cover, and they're all pretty rusted and probably just going to break anyway, but see what we can do. So I found quite a good technique for getting these old rusty staples out in one piece. Is to start with a very small flathead screwdriver under one side and just twist the screwdriver just to lift it out, and over to the other side, twist, back to the first side, twist, and once it starts coming free, just get a pair of pliers, pull the entire staple out. So that's all the staples out. Now I can take the cover off and see what kind of condition the foam's in. So the foam, well, in the right shape, looks pretty nasty and feels damp to the touch. It's also quite split at the front edge there. But I think it's definitely usable, so luckily we're right in the middle of a English heat wave, so I'll just leave this in the garden for a few days to dry out in the sun, and then we can have a go at recovering it. Now when I was taking the old staples out, I tried to keep aside any that came out in like one piece, like this one here, so I could use it to measure it to find out what size staples to use. Obviously if they're too long, they risk going right through the plastic and into the foam on the other side. So this is a good one I pulled out, and I measured the depth of it, so that distance to be 6mm. So I bought some replacement staples that are not quite the same width, but they're the same depth, and that's all that really matters. It's also useful because the longer the staples are, the more likely they are to wobble over instead of going straight in. These staples here are the ones that were in the gun when I borrowed it from my parents, and they would be no good because they're far too long, but also they're flat along the ends. These ones that I bought, I don't know how well you can see, have pointy ends, so they're much more likely to get in and stay in. So we've had this thing cooking in the sun for about 3 days now, and it's been blisteringly hot, so hopefully that should have killed all the mould and dried it out a bit. We'll see. Time to put a cover on. What I don't want to do is staple through into the table.
It's a cheap table.
That's true. Right.
It's quite dark. Oh gosh.
Oh, that worked fantastically. Works pretty well though.
Are you sure this is actually dried out, or are you still going to get a wet bum?
I mean, I can't feel any moisture in it, and it's been in the sun for like 3 days.
Okay.
So hopefully.
Hit the rate.
Right, so I've moved to the garage now where staple gun noise won't scare the cats. I'm going to have another go at this. I've got the back end pretty securely in. I just don't really know how tight to do the front, because earlier I pulled it really tight and it was actually making the seat bend up in the middle, which obviously you don't want. So I think the answer is get it fairly tight along here and then pull it tight around the sides. I'm not too bothered about this being perfect because part of the big plans for this bike over the winter will involve a whole new seat design anyways. Right, that's a good one. Let's get another couple in just to try and keep it there. But that's three pretty good ones. Makes sense to me. The next thing to do would be to try and pull it as tight as I can around this, the lowest point. So I've made some good progress and I'm really starting to get a feel for ways to do this. And one thing I found is you can kind of push and see a wave of fabric and you can feel which way that wave wants to go. And you can find where there's still slack, like over this way you can't really see, there's barely anything, down there barely anything, along there not much, but this way there's quite a big wave I can push. So I'm going to try and now work that out. Got a gap in the staples here, so hopefully I'll be able to work it that way. So just kind of pull the wave up and with your thumbs underneath just kind of pull the material down as you go. You've got a decent staple in it. Okay. Now, a much smaller wave there. And it's just a case of rinse and repeat. You can already see it's really taking the contour of the seated bit quite nicely. So back at it, this is how far I got the other night and really happy with the progress. I mean to be honest, it's good enough as it is, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'm going to keep trying to stretch that just to try and get the last little, you know, I can make a crease in it there if I pull, so a little bit more to do. Been down to the workshop, grabbed a bunch of these clamps that I think should be easier than using the vice grips. I'm going to try and get this done this morning, so I really want to get out on the bike this afternoon as the weather is beautiful, though you can't really tell from that angle, but it is. So I'm pretty happy with the main seat now, there's not really any slack in it at all. So now I'm going to move on to the pillion seat, which should hopefully be easier. Using all the techniques I've learned, with hindsight, probably been better to do the easier bit first and then take those techniques to the hard bit, but I never tend to do things right anyway, so onwards. And there it is, all done. Just need to try it on the bike. The underneath looks pretty shoddy, but it doesn't really matter, no one's going to see that. The hardest bit were these corners, trying to kind of get them to fold in. I'm not too sure how well they're going to fit up against the tank, so that's what I'm going to try now. So, got the seat on, and from this angle, it looks great, it looks brand new. Couple of little issues. There are a couple of small holes where I first started attaching it and failed and had to reattach it, but I can live with that. The other thing, I think I pulled it too tight because this is sitting proud of the tank where it didn't used to, but I can push it down. So that I think the tension in the cover is just sort of pulling the seat up a bit. I'm hoping that'll just settle with use. I'm going to take it for a ride and see how it goes. Well, the seat was working great. This, however, not so good. That is coolant. And it is coming from... Oh, is that? That might be oil actually. Shit. I think it's oil. Might be coming from the oil filter. I'm about 10 miles from home. I think it's time to phone my dad. So, with many thanks to my dad and his transit van, we did indeed make it home. I'll talk about the seat first, which performed, well, like a seat should. It was comfy. It felt actually more grippy than the old seat, which isn't too surprising with the new material. And most importantly, it didn't leave me with a wet bum, which was the main goal. It also does seem like it's levelled out a bit with use, so I think over time it will completely flatten down. So I'm calling this a hecking good success. Now I said earlier that I wanted to do it on the cheap, and that I most certainly did. The total cost to me were £12.50 for the material, and then I think £3.30 for the staples. So all in all that's, what, £15.80? Slow maths there, can't brain, it's too hot. The other options would have been to have it professionally upholstered, I think it's about 90 quid. I could have bought a used seat in decent condition for I think 40 quid, or I could buy an actual cover designed for this bike rather than the flat sheet that I use, and that was I think £55 delivered. So all in all I'm happy with the results. I think if I was planning to use this seat for longer than just the summer, I'd consider redoing it, obviously because there's a few little holes and I could do it better a second time and it would still only cost another £12.50 in materials. So if you are thinking about doing this yourself, I would say first make sure it's the kind of thing you think you'd enjoy. It took a really fucking long time, like at least 8 hours in total. I mean, I personally really enjoyed it. I love learning new skills and I almost found it quite therapeutic to do. But if you don't think you've got the time or wouldn't enjoy it, definitely either have it professionally done or just buy a seat already in good condition. So now, on to the troubles. Turns out it is an oil leak. I've been able to get a good look now we're back in the garage and it seems to be leaking from the oil filter, so hopefully that should be an easy fix at least. I do feel like I got quite lucky though, because when I pulled over I noticed the back tyre was really slick with oil. So I'm guessing the leak started while I was going through the slow moving traffic rather than when I was out on the open road beforehand. And if I had carried on, as soon as I went round a corner, I would have lost the back wheel and probably eaten a face full of road. So luckily I noticed the smoke and nothing really happened. Well, I say nothing happened. While we were transporting her back in my dad's van, one of the ratchet straps snapped and had to lay down, as they say. But the only damage is, I don't know if you can see it, but one of the mirrors is just bent round, the handlebars seem straight, everything else. We happened to have a cardboard box next to it that it fell onto, thankfully, so all in all, not bad. Next time we'll be checking out the leak. Hopefully it's just a case of changing the oil and changing the filter. We shall find out. See you then.
Are you hiding behind that piece of grass, baby?